The U.N. Security Council is discussing the situation in Libya. The council is deciding whether to introduce further sanctions against the war-torn nation. As CCTV's Nick Harper reports, the issue at the heart of the ongoing debate is whether to have a military intervention.
3 years after the fall of Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, Libya is still beset by protests, political unrest, and a volatile security situation. That's according to the new envoy for the UN's mission in Libya, Bernardino Leon, who visited the country last week. Now, before the UN Security Council, Leon warned Libya was no closer to achieving its hopes and aspirations.
Despite the initial sense of optimism that accompanied the mission's establishment, today we find ourselves at a critical moment in Libya's democratic transition, a faltering political process that has brought the country closer to the brink of protracted conflict and civil strife.
Leon also spoke of the thousands of civilians who've been displaced by the fighting and UN agencies race to deliver aid. The Council was also briefed on the work of the Sanctions Committee, which is increasingly finding that the lack of governance is leading to sanctions violations.
The panel identified the rapid decline of the security situation in Libya, coupled with weak oversight over procurement of military material and virtually no control over sea and airports by the Libyan government, as a strong indicator that large quantities of military material have reached militias.
With the apparent lawlessness and contested parliament, there's a real concern from the UN Special Envoy that Libya will become a, quote, magnet for extremist and terrorist groups. But in many ways, Libya has fallen off the Security Council's agenda in recent months, as it's battled to deal with emergencies in Ukraine, Gaza and Iraq, a stark contrast to 2011, when Libya was front and centre. Despite a clear current need in Libya, it seems this time round the Security Council has its hands full with other matters. Nick Harper, CCTV, New York.